ladies, they like really get worried and they wonder about a lot of things. They don't know how to define themselves. They don't know which labels they're supposed to put on themselves. They are worried with what this world can tell them. They are worried about what this world can bring them. They are worried about where they came from. But the question here comes, are you a queen? Someone is not even so sure. Am I a queen or am not a queen? So now we're going to have a discussion. We're going to have a talk, and we talk about how can you just know that you are a queen? Because I believe that each and everyone have got a crown that they're carrying, but you just have to know which crown are you carrying. So now we're going to have a chat with my sister Pam, and we're going to talk about a queen. Pam, may you let us know what is a queen?
Okay. A queen is a woman who knows what she wants in life. She's confident and she has high self-esteem. That is the definition of a queen.
Okay, Pam, you've talked about high self-esteem. What about if I'm still in a point of whereby I still have got low self-esteem? Because does it mean that I'm not a queen?
Yes, it means that you're not a queen.
Because I just don't have self-esteem?
Yes.
Okay. So, how do I build my confidence? How do I build a winning attitude? How do I build all that?
Okay, first and foremost, as a Christian, like if you're a Christian, then you have to know that you're fearfully and you are wonderfully made. So the moment that you realize that, you need to wake up each and every morning, and then you actually get in front of a mirror, and then you tell yourself that I am a queen, I am beautiful, I am bold, I know what I want in life, and I'm confident. That is what you're supposed to be telling yourself, because it's all about the mindset now. So the way you perceive yourself, if you're not confident enough, if you've got low self-esteem, then it means that you don't realize the queen that you are. And when you don't realize the kind of queen that you are, it's gonna be a barrier to so many things that you can do in your life.
So I think from what I've heard from you, you're actually saying that everyone is a queen.
Yes.
But now you need to realize that you are a queen. And from your explanation, you've actually mentioned that I should meditate, I should speak that, I should say that almost each and every day. I should tell myself that I am a queen. I should tell myself that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
And I'm beautiful.
Okay, so you're actually telling us that the words are that powerful. What you tell yourself is what you become. So which simply means that there's some of the words that you're not supposed to speak about yourself. There's some of the words that you're not allowed to get into your mind, because the moment they get into your mind, they'll definitely affect you. So what are the attributes of a queen?
Okay, like first and foremost, a queen is confident, like what I've said earlier on. A queen is very much confident. You can actually tell if somebody is confident by merely the way they walk. Because I don't know what's this perception when people think that when you walk like in a certain way, when you're walking like this, then it's a sign of humility. But I don't think it's a sign of humility. I think you're just not a queen. So when you're a queen, even you can see it even the way you're walking, you know. So there's one thing that I love about the word of God, right? If you look at the type of woman in Proverbs chapter 31, type of woman, she was a queen. Why? Because there was a part, it should be chapter 20 or 21, I'm not so sure. But then there was a part when the only description about the husband, like the husband, he sits in the council of the elders. This merely shows that he is a king and he's just not an ordinary person. You know, so in order for you to become to actually attract a king in your life, you need to become a queen at first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you really know that you're a queen, and you've gotten to that point that you now know that you're a queen. What is it that a queen is expected of? How do you carry yourself?
Queen, it's something that you can see even by the way you walk. So I think it's high time as women we stop walking in a certain way like this, or I don't know, maybe as a sign of humility, but we have to walk confidently and boldly.
I think there's some of the things that affect people. Some of them, it begins to affect them like at a very young age. Some like later as they grow. The other thing that you have mentioned, like on the other video, that the moment that your skin had got acne, you were not so much confident about yourself.
It really affected me. Like on a lot of things. It really affected me. Even in terms of job interviews, I did not feel confident enough. Even presentations like at college, I did not feel confident enough to actually be myself, or even dating, even relationships.
Shame.
I really let that define me. But then not until when I told myself that, you know what, I'm actually a queen. Like, why am I supposed to let whatever happened to me, like in terms of acne, define the kind of person that I am? Because the way God sees me, he sees me as a beautiful person. So why should I feel like I'm not beautiful enough when actually when God sees me, he sees this beautiful woman in me?
So now there's something that I'm actually getting that I really we want to find out. So it's like a queen, a title, or it's a feeling?
I believe it's a feeling.
Okay.
It's a feeling.
Say more about it.
Like the way you view yourself, you know. Like if you do not view yourself as a queen, you're not going to be a queen. Like, haven't you seen some of the ladies that people will be saying, I know Gila. But
she just presents herself differently.
A word, you know. That is just how it's supposed to be. But I know Zia, she's confident of who she is, you know. That is how she views herself with the I am a queen, and I'm beautiful, and I'm bold, and I'm confident. Yeah. So I believe it's a feeling. It's not a title.
Okay. So if you're saying it's a feeling, it's something that I build in me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are the things that are there that can affect that feeling not to be triggered?
Well, I think a queen it's more of a feeling, like how you perceive yourself. Because like sometimes when we see other women out there, then we are like, but it's more about the way you view yourself. Like to realize your worth, I'm a queen and I'm beautiful and I'm confident.
Okay, so like the people defines it as if someone arukuzvida, but someone like just have decided to present themselves the way that makes them like that.
Exactly.
Okay, so which simply means that everyone else can be a queen.
Everyone is supposed to be a queen.
What are the things that you think that can affect someone to get to a point of whereby now they can't define themselves as a queen?
I think probably childhood experiences. Yeah, childhood experiences, like, or probably some experiences that you could have gone through, like when you were growing up, or probably when you've actually gotten to a certain stage in life. So I think mainly the issue of background, you know, that is something that affects like your confidence as a woman.
So your background can affect your confidence. Some of the things that have happened to you in the past, things that are known, the unseen,
the
untalked about.
Yes.
Wow. So how can someone get back to the point of just realizing and telling themselves that they're worthy?
I think like as a Christian, you just have to realize, because the word of God says that forget your former things, forget your past. See, I'm making something new in you, right? So that is when you're supposed to know that, you know what, I'm not defined by my past or whatever experiences that I've gone through. Like for instance, when somebody has failed their O levels, right? They think, probably this is the end of the world. I cannot achieve anything. I cannot be anything. But then what is the word of God saying? It's saying that you're supposed to forget your past, you know, forget it, forget about it. You're not defined by your past. And then if we also look at Esther, I love Esther. You know, she's one good example of what a queen is supposed to be. I remember there's a part like Esther chapter 2 when she was instructed by Mordecai to not to mention anything concerning her background, which then shows that you're not supposed to be defined by your background, you know, because some of us, we love talking about our background so much. Even up until now, probably it's been 10 years, but then we're like, you know what, I failed my O levels, I failed, but then that was a long time ago, right? But you're not supposed to be talking about it. Yes, you can acknowledge it, but don't talk about it more so that you can gain sympathy from people, because it's not going to help you. But instead, it's going to be a barrier to so many things that you can achieve in your life as a woman and as a queen.
I think from what you have said, I'm actually understanding that there is nothing that can stop us for really knowing our worth on this entire world, no matter whatever happened yesterday, what happened last year, what happened 10 years ago. That doesn't have anything to do with what can be done in your life or in your future. You can actually begin to create it and begin to see it the way you want to see it, which gets back to the point that you have mentioned before that a queen is a feeling, which simply means I have to, somehow, I have the power to create it.
Yes, you have.
I can control myself on how I want to react on things.
Exactly.
And how, oh my God, that's amazing. So now we need to know, how does that queen feeling, how can it be imparted into someone? How can you now begin to feel like that again?
So you first have to believe, to realize that you're a queen, and then you can work on yourself, probably by reading a lot of books if you're someone who reads books, or maybe you can watch a lot of videos on how you can become a queen, like from the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you actually walk, like how you just present yourself to people. But it starts with the mindset now. That is what.
So what needs to be corrected and what needs to be fixed is the mind.
Is the mind.
Because as long as the mind is not fixed, we are pouring water on a bottle with a hole.
Exactly.
Okay. You said like we really have to have knowledge about it. And also the other thing that I think is also just spending your time with other queens.
Exactly.
Spending time with other queens, then you can become one. But the other thing that happens is when people see other people that they appreciate from afar, they don't want to get close to them because they are afraid that I don't know. It's yeah. So it's fear that allows them to be in that state.
Exactly.
That is another thing that people also have to work on. That you're not supposed to be afraid of anything.
Yes.
People are human beings.
Yes.
They're just like human beings.
Of course. Like they're just mere human beings that God created. So why should you fear anyone?
How can we create a world with ladies that they know they are queens? How can we get to that point whereby someone just knows that I'm a queen, despite the fact of your background, despite what you've gone through? How can we get to that point of just creating a world of people who understand that they're queens?
There's gotta be like an awareness of queening. Yeah. And I believe there are so many women that are actually advocating for that. There are so many platforms that talk about the issue of queening. So like if you're really desperate to wanting to become a queen, then you can actually look for that kind of a platform where ladies actually talk about queening.
Don't be afraid of anything. Don't hesitate to try. Don't be defined by whatever happened to you in the past. So we thank you so much, ladies. Join us again next time and keep on queening.
Yes.
Queening.
Queening.
Queening.